Welcome to Curvy Girl Conversations, the podcast. I am Erika.
And I'm Kam, representing for the Curvy Girls on the West Coast.
And I'm representing for the Curvy Girls on the East Coast. We're going to have meaningful, honest, curvy conversations.
Unapologetically about navigating through this beautiful, curvy world.
Let's go. Hey, y'all. Hey, what's good with you?
What's good with you? What's good with me? I got a chicken wing story.
Okay, I want to hear
it. Today it is something besides a chicken wing.
Okay, let's hear it.
Anyway, but is something good with you, or can I go into my wing thing? Because
let's go straight to the wing thing. I want to hear it.
James Brown. Can I do my thing?
do my thing. Please do your thing.
Okay. So, chicken wing story. You know, for the people who follow us, for me, ain't no thing but a chicken wing, figuratively and literally, because your girl loves chicken wings. So, the other night, I made chicken wings. Okay? And I'm a flats girl. I say that every week. All flats, extra hard, lemon pepper. Erika, she's a GP girl, garlic parmesan. Yeah. So, okay. So anyway, so I make the wings and, caution, don't TikTok and make chicken wings because you'll burn some. And so I was scrolling on TikTok and my wings got a little burnt, a few of them. Now I was making wings for myself. My husband wasn't home. I was just making wings for myself. And so my husband came home and he was like, "Oh, you made wings?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Can I have some?" And I was like, "Sure." And I looked down and the wings that weren't a little burnt, they weren't burnt, but and the flats were good. The drums were a little burnt. Now, I had a dilemma. Does he get the flats or does he get the burnt drums? And I wound up giving him the flats, but when he sat down to eat, I kind of felt a certain way, because let me tell you something. So I am a recovering people pleaser. I want everyone to be happy, even when it is at
your expense,
the cost of me. Right. Yeah. And okay, am I tripping over a chicken wing? No. However, it did give me, cause for pause. And so what I wanted to ask you, Erika, is like, do you feel me? I mean, at our big age, we've worked out some things, but things are still things. So do you think I'm overreacting, or do you get where I'm coming from?
No, I 100% get where you're coming from. And I don't necessarily know that was a people pleaser moment, more so than wanting to make sure that your husband was good. You know what I mean? Right. Kind of, sort of. But because I am too a recovering people pleaser, I'm kind of like, and I always say recovering because I'm not quite recovered. In that moment, I know I would have been thinking about myself as well. And what I probably would have done is cut that chicken out, cut the burnt parts out, and like made chicken salad or something so that we could
right.
Chicken. I'm for the flats. You're saying nothing but
flat girls.
I know people that are just tuning in. Hey, y'all, Kam and Erika. I know y'all they come right on talking about chicken wings. Yes, it's a thing. We do. But it's bigger than the chicken wings is what I'm hearing from you. The people pleasing thing, the part about always doing something for someone else versus yourself, right? I'm sure we probably can come up with I wish we could bring on someone and ask, but I know you probably have stories of people and our own personal stories about things that we've done to be a people pleaser. I think I am out of that stage though. I really feel like over the last few years, I have really put myself, my emotions, my needs first. And
Okay.
maybe not always, but yeah, I think I'm
Okay. So I'm glad you said that. So why were the chicken wings such a big deal for me? Because earlier in the day, I had had a conversation with a dear friend slash coworker, and we were talking about her certain choices that she made in relationships, career wise, things of that nature. Please don't kill me, friend. But anyway, we were talking about these things, and and she said, she made the comment, she goes, I don't have low self-esteem. She goes, I know my value, I know my worth. And we kept talking back and forth about perfectionism, having the need to be perfect, having the need to be a people pleaser. And it just kind of, we both had the aha moment at the same time. Oh my God, this is not about low self esteem. This is about the need to please, which is self serving. Let me be clear. This is not a selfless act where you're the bigger person and you're a kinder person. It is literally like something that is self pleasing because it is the need to please
pleased,
others,
right?
right? And so you equate suffering with pleasing others. And Erica, you made a comment about being comfortable. What was the
So
term?
we've talked previously just about, where I am currently in my life. And I mentioned that I'm currently in a stage of, unfortunately, being comfortable with being uncomfortable. Like at this point, I'm kind of just going through the flow, going through the motions of just being comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that's something that I am absolutely going to start working on before the close of this year, because I need to get comfortable being comfortable, not uncomfortable. You know what I mean? It's a
Exactly.
play on words, but it's like things that are ailing me, things that bother me. It's like, maybe I'm not over the people pleasing thing, because I still get to a point where I'm like, it's all right. It's uh, yeah, I'm tired of being comfortable with being uncomfortable.
Right. And so I have a question to ask you because I'm gonna put on my fake psychiatrist hat. Are you a perfectionist?
Not really. I think I'm more of a control freak.
Interesting, because freaks have a tendency to be perfectionists.
Maybe. Like I don't think I'm a perfectionist, but I kind of always have to have my hands on stuff. Like I need to learn how to let go. Like I need to. I don't think I'm a perfectionist, but I like things a certain way.
Oh my God, that's a perfectionist. Somebody gets
Is it really?
I think that audience, what do you think? Send us an email. But
Is
if you
it
like,
giving
I
perfectionist?
I think so. I think so. I think so. I don't think so. We don't have to have a guest on to break this down for us because this is just kind of an introduction to this conversation anyway. But the reason why I asked is because research shows that people who are people pleasers are typically people pleasers because of three reasons. One of the reasons is fear of rejection, right? They don't want people to they don't want to feel rejected by others because they didn't do what they said they were going to do. Another one is perfectionism. And then another one is socialization and gender roles, where the expectation is that you do certain things. And the reason why I think that one is super important, because if you're a mother, socialization and gender roles, you're expected to do things. I'm
Right.
gonna add a layer to that. I'm gonna
If
add
you're
a
a
layer to
wife.
that. I'm gonna put a cherry right on that. If you are from any subcategory or a minority double down with being a woman or a mother, then those socialization and gender roles kind of double down on that. And so I feel like, and this is my feeling only, I feel like women of color have a tendency to be perfectionists because we always know that that's where the goalpost is for us. In the workplace, aesthetics, the goalpost is perfection. So I think that that might be something that has been become our socialized norm. Like um, I would love to do that cute little like white tank top and like distressed jeans look and wear it to work. I can't. I know that,
Right.
right? Someone else can. And that's why I was asking those questions in regards to that. So, what are your thoughts? Because I know I'm just throwing stuff at you right now.
No,
Bah,
because
bah, bah, bah.
I'm trying to think it through. Like, I have to say, maybe I am a perfectionist, but I don't believe I'm a people pleaser. I I am 100% at this point committed to making sure that I am pleased.
I believe that.
I really am. And for so many years, I did not. I was not my priority. Like right now, my son can come in. I could have lobster and steak and baked chicken, and he could come in here and say, and I go right to food. Yeah, that's such a foodie. But he could come in here and say, "Mom, can I have some of your lobster? Can I have you?" I'm like, "No, you can't. No." Back in the day, I'd be like, "Here, take the whole thing, baby." Now I'm like, "Nah, this is mine."
Very good.
Right.
Very
I mean,
good.
that's just an example, but I mean, you were talking about roles and gender roles and things like that, and I was listening to me and my mister, now my husband, um,
Mhm.
recently we're having a conversation about roles and what we should be doing and what well, you should be doing this and you know your role. And I was like, wait, pause. There we share roles. There are no roles specific to me. There's no role specific to him, only because we are a partnership. We
Of
are.
course.
We
Of
are a
course.
partnership. And that's the way I present it to him. We are a partnership. So it doesn't mean that I'm going to be in this kitchen cleaning the kitchen by myself just because I'm a woman and I'm supposed to be in the kitchen cleaning. No, sir. You no. Now he has a point because he cooks all the time. So he's like, well, if I cook, babe, the compromise should be you clean.
Yes, I'm with him. I'm with him.
And I'm like, that's not fair because you use every single pot in the house when you cook. And now I got to clean this all by myself. Anyway,
Well, did
um,
you eat every single dish in every single pot?
no, no.
Oh, you don't
So,
be
and
eating
that's
it
just an
all?
example. That's like one example. Like, I mean, in terms of I'm gonna get back to your topic, which is people pleasing. I have a question for you.
Sure.
Do you think, outside of what you did with the wings and your husband, that you are a people pleaser?
Yes. By
Yeah.
nature. Yes. Yes. And I fight it every day.
Give me
Hmm.
an example.
Um, oh, I'll give you a great example.
Let's go.
I wish I could call my sister right now and put her on the phone,
And put her on the
call her
phone.
out, and call her out. So, oh, last night. So I for those of you who follow me on Instagram on the Curvy Girl Code, you would know that I love perfume. I absolutely love perfume. And so I did my big one and I bought this bottle of perfume. I'm not going to say the name because, as Erica would say, we need sponsors. And you want me
We
to
need
talk about
sponsors. I'm
perfume?
sitting here drinking out of a water
What?
bottle. Like, what's up? I thought about it when I saw it back. I was like, this is, come on. I
And
mean, you
so I
gotta
bought
do
the
that.
perfume, and my son was like, "Oh, that smells really nice. You know, I need to buy some cologne." And by the way, this is a unisex bottle of cologne. And yeah, it's at his house. It's at his house now. And I just wanted him to be happy with it. And I had saved, it was quite an expensive bottle, and I had saved some money and I just gave it to him. And my sister is the same way. She knows that if you ask me for it, I will give it to you. And so there are times where I will avoid showing and sharing that I have something because I just
I
don't
want
have the ability. I want people to be really happy with the stuff. And it's important to me. And as I mentioned earlier, the reason for me why this is not necessarily a good quality, might borderline on toxic actually, is that I get a lot out of that. Like I feel like I've done something so great. And so at this point in my life, I'm quick to say no. Um, Not my son, because that's something I'm struggling with,
right.
but I'm quick to say no outside of that, and I say it very fast because I know if I give myself any time to think about it, I'm gonna say yes. So
It kind
yeah.
of makes me wonder too, like listening to you talk and how you say you enjoy, doing things like that. It sounds like you're more of a giver. You know what I mean? Like it might be more, not necessarily about a people pleasing in that instance, but that you have the heart and the soul of someone that likes to give. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think I vacillate between the two. Like, yeah, I'm definitely a giver and everything, but I will give my time, my mental health, and to a point where I'm not okay.
Right.
And that's where I think it becomes a little bit toxic. Like I will walk in order for someone else to ride, knowing I need to get to the same exact place at the same time, you
Yeah, I
know?
used to do that.
And yeah, and so that's what I'm talking about. Like the giving, girl, I'm good for I'm good for a gift. I got you a gift in the mail right now, by the way. But I'm good for that. But when it comes to the point where that's why I think when I go back to the chicken wings, all seriousness, the chicken wings are not that big of a deal. But I had really planned chicken wings and I've been thinking about them all day and you know what? This is the part about the chicken wings that made me think about it. If I told my husband, if I had said, "Hey babe, I wanted these flats and there's these burnt ones," he would have been like, "Give me whatever. I
Right.
don't care.
Right. He
I care."
definitely would have been like, just take the good ones, and because
No,
they'll eat anything for the most part.
yeah,
They'll
he would
eat
have been
anything.
perfectly fine. But it was me and my crazy little head, not crazy guys, my
And your pleasing head.
time out. It was me and my silly little head that overthought it and and made it that way. God, overthinking, that's another podcast for
Oh
another
my
day.
goodness. Now that we can collectively do, and I think I would do well on that. I want to say, well, number one, again, to the audience, thank you guys for listening to Curvy Girl Conversations. We jump on here regularly and just have conversations just like this. If you have some topics or some just suggestions that you would like us to talk about, or even that you might even want to jump on and be a guest, please make sure that you reach out to us at curvygirlconversations.com so that we can continue to have more conversations like that. When you were talking about the whole people pleasing thing, I just keep replaying in my head who I used to be, and I believe if there is a place where you want to get to in your life. Now, there's a lot of things that are not 100% right now with me. I still need to work on my health. I still need to work on my weight. I still have, some resentment about, working 9 to 5. I know that's a whole, that's
That's
another
another
that's
podcast.
another podcast. Like, because I have this entrepreneur spirit, I have this desire to work for me, myself, and I. So, and I don't think that I just was searching to see, am I people pleasing in any way, shape, form, or fashion outside of course being courteous, also doing right by others, or doing unto others as you would have them do unto you. Um,
Mhm.
when you said that you're getting to a point where you're practicing no, I try not to even put myself in those positions.
Mm.
Like I have stopped asking questions. I used to be like, "Oh, what's going on? Tell me what." I don't. I'm
Mhm.
sorry,
Mhm.
but I don't
Mhm.
want to know because
Yeah.
I don't want to offer help. I don't.
Yeah.
and it depends. Now, I'm a great friend when it comes to friends and, immediate family and things like that. But certain circumstances, coworkers, oh, this morning, I'm sorry to hear that. And I'm walking away. Like, I don't want to put myself in a position where where I make someone else uncomfortable because I'm just not for it. Like, and again, it comes from years of being the girl who made herself small so that other people could be tall. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Right.
yeah.
That's the point that I was trying to make. Look at me pointing to nobody. That's the point that's the point I was trying to make as far as me giving and being, kind and everything to others. And Paulo Coelho, I think I'm butchering his name, the poet, he has a quote, and the quote is, when you say yes to others, make sure you are not saying no to yourself.
That part.
And that is what I'm focusing more on now. Like, when I say yes to you, am I saying no to me? And to be clear, there are times when that's necessary. That's a
Right.
sacrifice, but it shouldn't be your number. That shouldn't be shouldn't be your pattern of behavior. Shouldn't be who you are. Um, and unfortunately, there are people who will take advantage of that. And so the other part of that I'm working on is making sure I don't have those folks in my space, making really strong boundaries and not letting those folks in my space. It's kind of like what you were just saying, Erica. You don't even put yourself in that position.
I want to know. I don't want to know. Yeah, I want to know. I want to know.
Right. And there's another really cool quote. And I just want, for anyone listening, I know we're going to wrap this up shortly because we're trying to make sure that these are impactful episodes. And so if you're commuting or anything like that, and stuff that you can take with you. And the last quote, and I'm sure you've all heard this before, but I absolutely love this quote. And the quote is, you are not required, hold on, wait for it. You are not required to set yourself on fire to keep others warm.
Wow.
You see?
I just, that I love it. That is going to definitely benefit someone who does that. But when you said that, I can't relate because I'm not on fire for nobody but me, myself, and I.
See, and
that's grandbaby.
That's growth. No, that's growth, and that's the place that you get to. And I think, again, as women and as mothers, it is very easy for us to equate us putting ourselves on fire to keep other people warm. And you have to be able to use the voice like Erika has, and that takes courage sometimes too.
And it takes years.
And it takes years.
Years. Because again, for so long, I didn't love me. I loved wholeheartedly, like from the top of my head to the bottom of my feet, my family, my friends, I gave so much of myself. And for years I felt like I gave and gave and gave and gave and gave and just wasn't getting anything in return. And it got to a point where I had lost myself in that. And in 2018, 2019, I drank the Kool-Aid of loving myself. And being a people doesn't mean that you don't love yourself. It just means that you need to start working slowly and gradually towards putting yourself first. And this was awesome, Cam. Look how did we just roll into this conversation?
You ask and I give.
Well, before we end, let me say you look fabulous. You are glowing, sis. The glow.
Girl, this is Rick J. I made a joke. This is if Rick James and Shirley Chisholm had a baby wig. This is Shirley Chisholm and Rick James.
You are serving face, hair, clothing, jewelry, everything. You look good.
Hey, sis. I keep good company. I can't come lightweight. I can't come on here half and half stepping.
We'll never do that. Even in our worst, we'll never do that. But anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend that we are Curvy Girls over here having amazing conversations, Make sure you subscribe on YouTube and also get over to any podcast platform and check us out.
Take care.
Welcome to Curvy Girl Conversations, the